here today to do Capricorn's reading. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or Jupiter. So check your natal chart and make sure that you have, well, you can be intuitively guided here as well. Okay, so I will be using tarot by, I don't know who does this one actually. I have no idea from who this is from, but it has great guidance. I love this deck right here. I'm using the Art of Life, which is like tarot decks that depict like the best paintings from all over the world, and they like portray the meaning of each card through these paintings that are really famous. And we have just the plain Smith-Waite tarot. And so this is Capricorn. What just happened here? I'm such a mess. Okay, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Jupiter. I call in air, fire, earth, water, ethers, spirit guides, great shamans, ascended masters, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel, in our reading, to give us and guide us for the best reading that I can possibly give you for your highest purpose. So here we go. I'm going to first start with the Smith-Waite. And the reason why I wanted to just not lay out the cards today was because I want to read the energy as I go, because sometimes you're intuitively guided to say something in the moment, and you tend to lose that when you are, I think, when you place the deck beforehand. I'm not quite sure, so I was just guided to give you guys the reading without laying the cards first. So just bear with me, guys. And I'm going to shuffle the deck because this is how I can break up energy and get energy flowing so I can read your cards. I do read reversals. Don't focus too much on the gender of the card and focus more on the events. Remember that energies I read could be vice versa. So it could be like my cross-watcher's energy or the energy of the zodiac sign that is represented, which is Capricorn. So what else do I tell you here? Yeah, if things don't, this is a group reading. So if things don't resonate with you, maybe it's meant for another Capricorn. So, some things may resonate, some things may not. You may want to check your other zodiac signs and cross-check and see if things make sense for you. What I do is I check my rising, which is Scorpio. I check my moon sign, which is Aries, and my Cancer, Venus, which is Cancer, and I even check my Vedic, and then I cross-check all of them to see if they say the same thing, and those that say the same thing pretty much are the things that I can be assured. And then my intuition affirms these beliefs, and so I get my reading like this. So make sure you check your natal chart, and you can calculate that for free if you go online on the website and just place free natal chart calculator. And you have to know your birthplace, of course, as well as your date, year, and exact time that you were born. So here we go. Oh yeah, I do want to pull out one of my cards from my major arcana, because I am publishing my own tarot cards, and so they're not quite ready yet, and so I am just doing my majors. So as soon as I get more detail on publishing my cards, I will let you guys know. And I'd like to thank all my subscribers. I really appreciate you subscribing to me and giving me the opportunity to do your readings for you. I appreciate all the feedbacks that I get, and I really listen to every little email that I receive, because I do want to give you the best reading that I can give you. So, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and or Jupiter. So here I got the Temperance card, creating harmonious synergy with the universe. So here you can see that synergy, you're trying to balance out your emotions. You're being divinely guided to create synergy with different types of energies. So you have different energies, and you're trying to balance out all the input that you're getting, including the input that you're getting from a source. So sometimes you have to knock the cards to break the energy up. So here we go. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter. So you get the Death as your the card, the energy that you're portraying right now. It's the Death, and then what crosses you is the Knight of Wands. What's in your recent past is Three of Wands. What's in your near future is the Hangman. And your outcome card is, I'm going to be clarifying these with the Art of Life Tarot. Your outcome. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. Oh, these are too many cards here. Okay, well, I will pull them up for you. Okay. Okay, it seems like you feel lonely right now. And you're trying to temper all and balance all the emotions that you are dealing with at the moment, because you have come to a, something has come to an end. This is what it says. The zodiac signs that are represented here, they're major arcana, so that means that you're going through a really big life change here. And so the zodiac signs that I see are Scorpio, Pisces again, Scorpio. A lot of water, guys, so you're all up in your feels. It's almost like somebody had just opened your heart chakra, completely opened it, and you had a huge block, and like your heart chakra is opening, and you're having this, do you see, like in the Temperance, everything's flowing out, and so it's like, it seems like you had it blocked. This is how I get that feeling that you had, and so your emotions are coming all out to the fore, because you've like had these emotions so deep within, and you haven't displayed anything until they just, you know how you sometimes have a Coke bottle and you, it's closed and you drop it by accident after it's been in the fridge, and it just bubbles up until it just like bursts open. And the reason why this happened is because there was some major ending that you've had here. And what crosses you is the Knight of Wands is like an energy that is like in and out energy. It could be somebody who is, if it wasn't you, it could be somebody, your partner, that had this energy of going in and out of your life, maybe of being a player, of like looking for adventure, of looking for spontaneity, and just like wanting to have fun, you know, just like not taking things seriously, just all about passion, and like, you know, maybe like sleeping around with people. It could be, I have to clarify. And so in the past, it seems like you were almost completing something. There was something that you worked hard to complete, and you were waiting for your ships to land. You were waiting for something to come to fruition, but you're really close to completing this. But in your near future, it seems like you were so close, but it didn't happen. It didn't happen at all. And so you kind of got stuck in limbo. You're stuck because you keep thinking about this person, and you're trying to get them off of your mind by like looking for adventures and wherever you may find them. And so, but also you're stuck in this with a hangman, and with this energy of being stuck, you also have to be forced, like the divine or universe forces you to like be on the fence, and maybe they're forcing you to maybe like if you feel the urge to do something, like do the opposite of what you feel the urge to do, to be more in control and not do things out of self-gratification, because you're trying to see the higher purpose for something. And so it also gives you the ability to like think about your higher self, and like getting downloads from the spirit. As you can see here, this is somebody who is using their intuition and getting downloads from spirit. And so you're going to be very intuitive at this point, and your emotions are going to come out like the floodgates. And so in this period, you're going to have to temper these emotions and have this balance or equilibrium. And you know, it seems like you didn't have victory over something because you didn't have victory with the Six of Wands in reverse, because you were really defensive about something. This is my my warrior, my wounded warrior, where they have so much baggage, and they've had a lot of trials and hurts and past betrayals and incidents, and something came to an ending, and you're still thinking about this ending because you're very defensive. You're defensive to whoever wants to come at you, you know, with their cup of love or with whatever. You're just defensive. It seems like you didn't get your 1111, which is a card of like a relationship, of your like ideal relationship, of the ideal marriage, the ideal person that you're actually supposed to be with. You didn't get this 1111. There's going to be no reconciliation here, or there isn't any reconciliation at the moment. And yeah, so with the sun in reverse too, it's like because even if the sun card is upright or reversed, you're still happy, but the reverse maybe means that you will be happy by yourself and not with this person. So right now I see the card of Leo as well. Leo, I see fire signs, earth signs, and water signs. Scorpio is represented here quite a lot. So either your partner or you have Scorpio together. I see Cancer here. I see Pisces and Leo. And so another scenario is that you could have broken up with a Leo, and you could have broken up a home with a Leo. and maybe somebody had a miscarriage here, and so this relationship that ended has you very defensive. So I'm going to clarify this. This was actually like this. So I'm going to use the art of life. So first I'm going to clarify the Temperance card that's on top. That's the overall energy that I see here, the Temperance card. This reading is going to take a little bit longer than the other readings because of the fact that I was shuffling the cards. I didn't get the cards ready because I felt guided to just have it flow a little more as I read your cards with you. And maybe I would get more of an intuitive message if I do it this way, you know. So I like to change a little bit the different ways that I do it, and you're gonna have to tell me in your feedback how these things, how you would like to receive your message, and I will surely listen to them. So I'm going to clarify the Temperance. I'm glad I have long fingers because these cards are huge. Okay. Temperance, clarifying Temperance. For some reason, I wanted to say Sagittarius, so there might be somebody with strong Sagittarius in your chart. That so these downloads don't come as you know, they don't come coincidentally. They come for a reason. So you're dealing with a Sagittarius here, somebody that has strong Sagittarius in their chart. It seems like a Capricorn man or woman that you don't want to talk about this. Your cards don't want to come out. What do you have to temper here? Okay, it seems like you have to temper the energy of wanting to confront somebody. Temper the energy of aggression, like of frustration, of wanting to pick up fight and just letting your truth out to this individual so they can have your peace of mind, so to speak. So you want to give somebody a piece of your mind, and you're like, really, I could feel like this aggression, like this frustration, you're angry about something. And so you're trying to temper this because it makes you emotional. So this makes you kind of unstable a little bit. It makes you lose your footing. So you don't want to lose your footing because maybe you're going through, maybe you might say the wrong thing that can make this ending a little harder than what you anticipate. So you're trying to end this in a cordial way, so you don't, because the minute you lose your temper, it's something that when you lose your temper, you really lose your temper because you bottle your feelings up ridiculously, where when you really blow the cork out of that soda bottle or that beer, you know, you really come out gushing, and you may regret what you're going to say. So you try to temper this aggression so that you don't take it out on an individual, although they would deserve it or not. It doesn't matter. You just don't want to do that. So it seems like there's a lot of movement here, because I have the Knight of Wands and I have the Knight of Swords. There's somebody that's making moves, making changes. So there's like huge changes here, with including the Death card. So I am going to clarify your past. What actually, you were waiting for something. You were waiting for you were close to finishing something. You were close to completing something. What was it that you were close to completing? What was it? I want to know. Sagittarius, man or woman. You were second base, almost reached third base, and you were going to have a home run. I'm sorry, I'm talking American football. I was raised in the US, so did I say football? I mean baseball. Okay. Anyway, so Sagittarius, man or woman, what were you waiting for? You were close to completing it. And you were expectantly waiting for something that you like invested a lot in. What was this? Like you can see, you can envision this thing being completed. What was this? It seems like you don't want to talk about it. So it seems like you're thinking about someone, like somebody that you connected with, like I said, and opened up your heart chakra. And I think maybe this is why your emotions came out to the fore. It's like you came alive. Shamans, spirit guides, please give me one card that clarifies. Okay, I have more than one card here. So you're wanting somebody's love to return, because it was like you almost had some sort of relationship in this situationship, because it was some sort of ship. Okay, but your ship never landed, so it wasn't like it wasn't a situationship. It was a ship, but it just didn't reach to that situationship or relationship that you wanted. It was some sort of ship that never landed. With a Page of Cups, as I said, and as my intuition was led to guide me to say, that your feelings were like bubbling towards the surface. It was like maybe it's a feeling, it's a love that you didn't really experience. It's quite pure, and your heart kind of told you, you know, this is a special kind of love. Your instincts told you, like it made all your cells come to life. It was almost like your Eve. It was almost like a person that was like your Eve to your Garden of Eden. So your feelings came bubbling over, and you wanted to get a closer check. I see a lot of red here. I see a lot of red here, and that's a card of color red is a color of Aries, And I also see purple here, purple. That gets me to think about your third eye. Maybe you were getting like visions and like downloads about this person, maybe in your dreams, from angels. Yeah, well, you were dreaming, definitely. Maybe you have dreamt about this person. And it wasn't coincidental. Again, your angels were trying to give you downloads. So if you have dreams again, please write them down on a notebook and a paper. Have a notebook and a pen handy by your bedside stand. And then when you wake up and you remember the dreams, please write them down so you don't forget, because it's really easy to forget these dreams. Remember of the colors and what was said and who was in your dream, and most of all, like, where were you? Because a lot of times you're in places that you've never even been before, but you have been before in your past life. So it's these places that your subconscious keeps taking you back to, places that you've been, maybe not in this lifetime, but in your past life. So look at your dreams and do that, because you're getting downloads from the angels. During this time though, your feelings were bubbling over, but you've never had, or not that you've never had this experience, but you kind of were surprised by this experience because you were the King of Swords, which is like, you might have like, or if it's a woman, you might have Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius in your chart. And this person always thinks logically. They don't think with their heart. They always think logically. So they try to, it has to make sense logically for them to feel a certain way. So they always love through their head space first before they ever even go through their heart. So their heart chakra was closed. And so they always logically, emotion, their emotions have to be based on some sort of rationalization or logic that they've had. So you like face facts, like all it was is facts, like, oh, this person did this, or this person is so-and-so, or this person likes to do this, I don't like to do this, or she's a certain way because I see that she does this, or she posts this, or her social media says this. So it was all factual and had nothing to do with your heart. So you have to live beyond the facts. You have to so you were surprised that this person had, your emotions were bubbling up. It's because your heart chakra was opening. Your heart chakra was opening. And in this heart chakra opening, you were kind of like, you're new to having this understanding or awareness of self-accepting yourself. Like you're contemplating self-acceptance, because you were thinking about the other person and how you're different than the other person, and if you would accept the other person, and this in turn causes you to think about your own self-acceptance. And it seems like this person had helped you open up your chakra. And so I want to ask what ended actually. What actually ended, and who was actually having this energy of coming in and out? This coming in and out energy. So what ended? Sagittarius, man or woman? What ended? Why am I saying Sagittarius? Somebody has strong Sagittarius in their chart. Somebody has strong Sagittarius. Either the person that you had just ended this relationship with, or you have strong Sagittarius in your chart. Please look at your natal chart. It's very important. Capricorn, man or woman, what ended? Capricorn, man or woman, what ended? Okay, so yeah, and yesterday I actually did Sagittarius, and this kind of reminds me of the Sagittarius reading that I had yesterday. So if this resonates with you, please check the Sagittarius reading that I did yesterday in regards to a karmic soul contract ending. And so when I checked what ended, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse came out, which is when it's upright, it's a nurturing queen, a queen that has a lot of self-love, and also a queen that because she has so much self-love and she gives to herself abundantly, she's able to give to others in that same way. So nobody gets left out, everybody feels nurtured and supported by this queen. But when it's upside down, it's like a queen that's very selfish, and would the only love that is given is just to her and her alone, and she's very materialistic, and so she spends a lot of time, maybe she's lazy, she doesn't want to do the work around the home, you will never see her cook or anything. So she would spend maybe your money in the mall, she would just invest in herself, and she lacks nurturing qualities. She forgot about being nurturing. She might be cheating on you. She might have had a miscarriage also. So it could be, there's a lot of Capricorns that I'm reading for. So it might not resonate, all of this might not resonate just with one person. So please don't try to wear all the shoes, okay? So some things fit and some things don't. So just keep that in mind. So when this person is upright, this is my card because I am publishing, as you know, my own tarot deck. And my tarot deck says Miss Resourceful can make lemonade from dirt water. So you give her a little bit of resources, and this woman can make your money, your wealth, your comforts, your material aspects. She can make it into a lovely home. She makes your home comfortable, nurturing, something that was like given from scraps. She can make something into luxury, build an empire. But when it's reversed, she squanders the money. She's in a very selfish way. It's all about her. Okay? And so it does seem like somebody had a miscarriage, or there was something with, it could be for some of you Capricorns. So what ended is a relationship with this girl, this woman. If this woman isn't you, I'm sorry, I'm the messenger. So it might be the person that you're dealing with. If you're a female, it could be you, and if you're a male, it's somebody that you ended the relationship with. I'm just the messenger, people, so don't shoot the messenger. If it's not you, just forget about it, chuck it out, okay? No big deal. It can also be like, it could also be a man who was behaving like the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, very selfish and materialistic, and you're the one that actually had the miscarriage, if you're a woman as well. And so I want to clarify the Knight of Wands. I want to know who was in and out of your life. So in my deck, the Knight of Wands says, don't stand in front of the door, you will block my way. And you can see this guy really doesn't give a shit about you, or this energy, I would say. It could be a female as well. She doesn't give a shit about you. She gives a shit about the adventure. You can see she'll knock anybody out of the way. All she cares about is the adventure, trying to hit the dance club, and just like, maybe her love life also revolves like this revolving door. Or his love life. Okay, and so, can you tell us more about the Knight of Wands, Spirit? Can you tell us more about the Knight of Wands, Capricorn, woman or man? Knight of Wands. This is fire energy. Woman or man, Capricorn. Capricorn. Woman or man. So let me be patient with me. Let me kind of get these downloads here and make sense of this right now. So you were letting your intuition guide you, maybe, that you really I mean, you care about this person, but you're not in love with this person. And so to you, this relationship ended a long time ago. And so to forget about these issues and, you know, this energy that you had of the Knight of Swords and like getting furious and all this fighting and aggression, and maybe there was like some of you guys, there were physical fights for some of you Capricorns. Not all of you. If it doesn't resonate, check it out. But some of you guys had physical fights here. And you want to forget this. You kind of want to get away from the drama. And so what you did is you went out and searched for somebody that can give you that peace of mind. Somebody you can have like a fling with, or like an adventure with. And so you followed your how do I say it? You followed what was like gleaming, like what you had, like the desires and visions that you had in your mind. And also you did this because you were trying to heal. This is your way of healing. Your way of healing was to go out and play. That was your way of healing. Not everybody's way of healing is this way. Some people are different. So some people heal in a certain way, and that's okay. We are all different. We heal in different ways. Some people would rather be with others opposed to being by themselves. I personally prefer to be by myself and reflect on my mistakes and to own up for my responsibilities with my emotions and the actions that I had done to create the scenario, for me not to do it again, because my biggest fear is to make the same mistakes over and over again. I want to recondition my DNA, reactivate it and recondition it to happier events, to lessen the karmic patterns that I have dealt with lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. So you have to recondition your DNA in order to not have these karmic lessons, and understand, like avoid these things and not keep repeating the same mistakes over and over again. And so yeah, and so your way of like healing was to just let go with somebody, like really let go, let your emotions go with somebody. And you really, it's kind of interesting because you are the type of person, or the person that you're dealing with, either or, it's cross watchers, or it just depends, you know, energy. I can't tell who's who, so it's up to you to do that. But it's interesting with this person is that they had their heart chakra so closed, and they were emotionally unavailable, but at the same time, the way that they heal is to like let it all out in a fun way, in a very non-committal way. And because they think that maybe that they will never fall in love, or maybe love is just not in their plan, and they will never feel the same way again because they're so heartbroken and their relationship ended. They can never find love again. So love wasn't even in their scope. Having fun and just like having like putting their all into this having fun, because they're losing themselves. You lose yourself to heal yourself. But sometimes when you lose yourself, you find yourself. This is what happens. When you lose yourself, sometimes you end up finding yourself. And you find yourself because this person was really surprised that they could have all these feelings. And so there was a lot of shit. There's a lot of shit going on in this person's life, right? Their relationship ended, and then there's this other person that came in the picture that opened their heart chakra, and they're like, what, you know, like, okay, now I'm in this quandary and a pickle now. I'm stuck in the rut, it seems like, because it seemed like they were waiting for their ships to land here. Something happened where they were waiting for some sort of situationship or relationship. I'm thinking that because this person ended a relationship, I don't think they wanted a relationship. I think they wanted a situationship. So maybe like this person, their ship didn't land, any kind of ship didn't land, because maybe this person didn't want what they wanted. They had different agenda than this person. And so when you have a different relationship agenda, then you know, the time moves off, or you have different goals, and so it just didn't pan out. It didn't pan out. Okay, and so it kind of had this person stuck in the rut, and because they were all up in their emotions, and like somehow they like lost track of their intuition, because they had so many emotions and feelings about it that it kind of clogged and affected their intuition. And so they have to take a break and kind of let these emotions, balance these emotions with a temperance, so they can understand their intuition a little better. Because when you are overly emotional in your feelings, you do not know what your feelings are and what your intuition are. It's very different. Your feelings and your intuition are a completely different thing. Your feelings are, you know, they are fleeting. They will come in and leave in 5 minutes. Like love is a feeling. Sadness is a feeling. Frustration is a feeling. All these feelings, emotions are fleeting. They come in and out, right? Just like the Knight of Wands. But intuition is different. Intuition is a knowing that remains within you, in your gut feeling. You just like a knowing that never goes away. And so in order for you to understand that this is a knowing and intuition and not a feeling, you have to be stuck or in limbo, like the hangman. So you can deduce what it actually is and what your higher self is trying to tell you about this love. And obviously this love came in for a purpose to open your heart chakra, because you need your you need to realign your energies. I mean, you're experiencing a blockage, which causes you to have an imbalance within yourself. So you didn't get this wish fulfillment. You didn't get your 1111. So because when it's upright, it's like your dreams come true. This is the person that it's a soul contract, a person you're guided to be with. But for some reason it didn't pan out. But it is a soulmate, whether you want to know or not. If it's a soulmate, I can ask right here, actually, for you. I can do this. In this chart right here, between this new person and the Capricorn man or woman that we're dealing with, what kind of person, what kind of category does this person fall into? What kind of category does this person fall into? What kind of category? This will take some time, guys. Okay, so just bear with me. Is it a soul family, soulmate, twin flame, false twin, karmic lesson, or angel? So it seems like this person was it seems like it's a twin flame. It's a twin flame. So this person could have been your twin flame. So what will happen now? So at this moment, there is no reconciliation. You're very guarded and defensive, because you're all up in your emotions. You don't know if it's reality or illusions that you are feeling. So, and you've had dreams about this person. You've had like the angels trying to tell you shit about this person. And you're like, am I being delusional? Am I becoming crazy? I just can't believe the downloads that I'm getting. It's ridiculous. I don't believe in this shit. You're like with a wounded warrior. You're like, what? Hell no. Hell no. And so what do they have to tell us about this going forward? What can we say? Like, what can we expect you to be in the future? How can we expect you to be? Capricorn with Sagittarius in your chart. Man or woman. Capricorn. Man or woman. Great shamans, spirit guides, ascendant masters. Seems like you don't want to talk about this though. Like, just leave me alone. Okay, so you're having, so here we have the Fool here, that you're contemplating whether to take a risk or not, because it is a risk to you. It says you must live in the present, launch yourself on every wave, find your eternity in each moment. So a Fool is like the card of nothing, which means that it's somebody who is so pure with and so trusting of other people, or trusting the universe. It's like pretty much somebody who is very trusting with the universe or divine. They trust their intuition. Actually, they trust themselves to take these risks when they see these risks, when they like understand what they feel within their heart and within their mind's eye and everything, and their gut feeling. They just, because they know themselves very well, they're able to jump in on this opportunity because they have knowledge of self. And when they have knowledge of self, they can trust what the universe is trying to tell them, what divine is trying to tell them, what the spirits are trying to tell them. They trust, so they will jump on this opportunity. But this person, although they're intuitive, they have some sort of blockage where it causes them to have a challenge in trusting their situations. So it seems like they want to, but it's a challenge. And here they want to manifest them with a magician. They want to make things happen and kind of like open up communication with this person, and maybe have a token of a boon or a token of apology, or some token or a boon to give to this person, to reconcile with this person. But this is also a challenge, so manifesting this, coming out and doing this, is a challenge for this person. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. So I have no idea why this person is feeling like that. Well, we do know it's because of past experiences, because they're carrying all this baggage and all this karma, even past life shit. And this is not the first rodeo that they've done with this person right here with the Four of Wands reverse. They've done this rodeo too many times, and so they have all this built up karma and shit from this, also this soulmate that they had, which ended up, their relationship ended. And so they have this baggage that they need to release this and be the Fool here. Be the Fool. Reactivate your DNA, recondition it, and go through a different scenario opposed to the same shit that you've been doing lifetime after lifetime. And so what can we learn? Okay, can you give us like some guidance over what we can do to help Aquarius man, or not Aquarius, shit, what am I? This is, you are dealing with an Aquarius with a sign, the star sign. So somebody must have Aquarius in their chart. Aries, this is a big sign of Aries, and this is also an Aries. So somebody has a lot of Aries in their chart, if not both people. We have here Aquarius. We have Sagittarius right here. This is a big Sagittarius sign. Did I tell you guys that? I don't think I told you. Okay, and then why am I having trouble opening this? Like, so everything that you do, you have trouble doing the simplest things because you're like all caught up in this, in your feels. Like every little thing that you do, you have trouble doing it. So Capricorn. Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter. Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter. So here we have, let's see what we have, ladies and gentlemen. We have here the Queen of Cups, a very loving queen, a nurturing queen. So you might be dealing with somebody who has a lot of Cancer in their chart. They have somebody who's loving, who follows their heart, who knows her emotions very well because she's this mermaid. She lives in the ocean. She goes deep. She's deeper than Atlantis. She goes deep in the ocean. She knows her feelings and the feelings of others. Why? Because she's an empath. And you know how water is a conduit for like energy flow of anything, even electricity and stuff. This is how this energy is with emotions and like feelings and stuff. They understand people because they understand the energies that they're surrounded with. And so, and this person feels like you've broken their heart. You've completely demolished their heart. I got that download right now. This person feels heartbroken. Because it seems like wait, I'm sorry guys, I'm getting downloads here. So they've had a dark night of the soul here because of this heartbreak. And this person's confused because they seem like you were done with it, but you just don't, they feel like you don't give a shit about it. And it's like you don't care what this person does, if she walks away or waits for you. You don't give a shit. This is how this person feels. So she wants to stop. She wants this to stop, this pain to go away. Maybe she tried to cut the emotional ties that you guys have together, or this contract. Maybe she tried to end this contract. Maybe she, asked the universe and the angels how she can break this soul contract because it was devastating to her, and she tried everything, it seems like, to end this whole contract. And so it's hard for her to sleep because she keeps getting these past events. It keeps reoccurring in her head. It keeps reoccurring in her head over and over again. And like this person is so in tune with you that when you have your dark moments, they also have their dark moments. When they're really in their feels, it's because you guys are like mirroring each other. So whatever their energies are, sometimes it's hard to tell whether it's this person, this guy's or girl's energy. If you're dealing with a man, it's hard for you to tell if it's your feelings or the man's feelings. And if you're dealing with a woman, it's hard for you to tell whether it's the woman's feeling or your feelings, and the vice versa, if that makes sense to you. So it seems like here that you didn't really value all the love that was poured to you. You had no idea that this love was poured for you, and you just threw it away like it was meaningless, like you devalued it. You devalue something like a gift from the universe. And so maybe because you weren't using your intuition, and now you're like beginning to use your intuition because this person, woman or man, had left. And so because you didn't have it, this is a ship and your ships didn't land, buddy or girl. And so what do the cards say here? Like this person would have gone to the moon and back for you. But at this point, like, it seems like this person is trying to, and I'm getting the downloads through the music, that's why I turned the music on, because I also get downloads from this. Because it's another way of spirit to tell you what's going on as well. It's just another way to give you downloads. And so they tried everything that they could to stop this connection, to cut the etheric cords, to try to keep their mind busy. So here it says, so people are acting clannish and very emotional. Don't join the crowd. Read between the lines. Your intuition is very strong right now, but you're still likely to be deceived. This is not the time to start anything new. So you have to be the hangman and wait until your head and heart make a decision, until you balance your emotions here with it. You temper them. You have with a temperance card, so you can get in tuned and aligned with your intuition. Understand what the divine has in store for you, and understand the downloads that you're receiving here. If you need to take a mental health day, take a mental health day. So this person is done with playing these bullshit games and done with waiting, because they feel like this was such a devastating and lonely thing that they ever went through. And they won't play your games no more. They're done with those games. So if you're going to come back with the Magician with an offer, make sure that it's genuine, it comes from the heart. And don't blow smoke up this person's ass. It says, things are not what they seem. Keep your emotions in check. Beware of deception and illusions. It says here. Don't let yourself be overburdened and rise above pettiness. Rise above pettiness. Don't let your ego get in the way. Remember that life is about more than your day-to-day job and worries. Take time to examine spiritual beliefs. Don't get bogged down by trivial details or the demands of others. You may be emotionally eating at this point, at this time. Sometimes swallow your emotions and like chips or things that are not good for you. Don't do that. Instead of that, go and work out, like go run some laps, or lift some shit. This is what I'm saying. This is my advice. Anyway, it's, oh God, it's 1 hour already, and it's just taken too long, guys. So thank you for taking the time to listen to my video, however long it takes. I love you guys. Bye.